Today, we've got some huge news that could totally change the landscape of the 2025 NFL Draft, specifically for the Chicago Bears. The New York Giants just signed veteran quarterback Jameis Winston to a 2-year, $8 million deal, and trust me, this move is going to have a massive ripple effect on both the Giants' future and the Bears' draft plans. Now, before we dive into how this impacts Chicago, let's break down what's happening with the Giants. As we all know, New York has been on a desperate search for a quarterback. For months, they've been linked to some big names like Cam Ward from Miami and Shedeur Sanders from Colorado as potential first-round picks in the 2025 draft. But here's the thing. The Giants have the 3rd overall pick in the draft, and with Ward likely going first overall to the Tennessee Titans, the Giants were starting to look for other options. At one point, rumors were swirling about Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson potentially making their way to New York, 2 future Hall of Famers who would instantly change the Giants' future. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of going all in on a superstar quarterback, the Giants just signed Jameis Winston, a veteran quarterback with a lot of potential, but a lot of question marks as well. Now, you might be thinking, why does this matter for the Bears? Well, hold on. With the Giants locking down Winston, it's pretty clear that they're not looking for a franchise QB in this draft anymore. Instead of reaching for a guy like Sanders, who's seen his stock dip lately, they can now afford to focus on other positions. And that brings us to the Chicago Bears, who hold the 10th overall pick. Up until now, there's been a lot of uncertainty around which teams could take a quarterback ahead of Chicago. The Giants, sitting at number 3, were one of those wildcard teams that might have snagged one of the top QBs, pushing Chicago down the draft board. But with the Winston signing, the Giants have essentially removed themselves from the QB conversation in the first round. This opens up the door for the Bears to potentially get a top player at another position, maybe a game-changing pass rusher, an elite wide receiver, or even a cornerback. Chicago is in a position to get a great player at number 10. This move by the Giants gives the Bears a bit more breathing room. And let's be honest, with Chicago's rebuild in full swing, adding a playmaker to their roster is exactly what they need right now. To sum it up, the Giants signing Jameis Winston is a bigger deal than you might think. It not only impacts New York's future, but also shifts the entire 2025 NFL draft order. For the Bears, this could be the chance they need to land a difference maker with the 10th overall pick. It's going to be a wild draft season, folks.